Did you know Sega cloned Pong? In July of 1973, right in the middle of that Pong clone flood we've talked about, Sega dropped Pong Tron, a Japan-exclusive black-and-white ping pong game. Now here's the kicker. This was Sega's first ever real video game. Before Pong Tron, their main focus was electro-mechanical stuff. Physical moving parts, lights, and pinball machines, with zero video game tech in their wheelhouse. Remember Periscope, that massive electromechanical shooting submarine simulator that was a quarter a play? It was a mega hit. But as soon as Atari's Pong hit Tokyo, Sega knew their mechanical era was on borrowed time. When Sega CEO David Rosen brought an early Pong unit and its manuals back to the R&D labs, it completely scrambled their brains. Enter future engineering legend Hideki Sato. Instead of just importing pre-made parts, Sato grabbed an oscilloscope and Atari's official schematic manual, painstakingly tracing every single clock pulse, voltage transition, and signal path across Atari's hardwired TTL logic network. Whatever that means. Honestly, I don't really know how all the hardware works, but I at least know my gaming history. Anyway, this was all done by hand and from scratch. Sato reverse-engineered the entire architecture, allowing Sega to fabricate their own proprietary printed circuit boards locally in Tokyo. Pong Tron wasn't just a lazy copy. It was a grueling masterclass in reverse engineering that transformed Sega from a mechanical novelty company into a hard-nosed hardware developer. It did well enough that Sega immediately capitalized on the momentum, and just a few months later, in November of 1973, they dropped a sequel called Pong Tron 2. Not a creative title, but it worked. Anyway, it was dropped along with TV hockey, and they were modifying the underlying TTL logic traces to tweak ball physics and boundaries without having to totally retool their manufacturing lines. It was a time of chaos in the gaming world. Atari made Pong, but their official subsidiary in Japan got bogged down by severe financial strain and shipping delays. Meanwhile, Japanese competitors like Taito and Sega entered the market with domestic clones, leaving Atari struggling to gain a foothold. Rather than going bankrupt, a desperate Atari sold off its failing Japanese division to Nakamura Manufacturing, which we all know as Namco. The sale infused the U.S. parent company with much-needed cash and set the stage for Namco's rise in the arcade industry. Everybody was just running the exact same play at the exact same time, and somehow this chaotic pile of reverse-engineered clones was what launched the entire Japanese video game industry. Freaking crazy how much of gaming history started with a scope, a schematic, and a whole lot of cloning.